Hi friends, welcome to today's practice, and we are going to get a little bit creative with our movements, so just hold space for this practice as always to feel the way it feels and not plan on how it should feel or what it should even look like, and just let today be an experience in creativity and a little bit of playfulness as well. So we're going to begin standing right at the top of our yoga mats in Tadasana or mountain pose. Bend your knees, maybe wiggle your hips a little bit, your shoulders, and then stand back up and just begin to swing your arms side to side. Your eyes can be opened or closed, and really just let your arms flop. And then come back to the center. Bend your knees again just a little bit, not chair pose, not yet. Palms face forward. Shoulder blades draw back. So it's like your shoulder blades are trying to come together behind you. And then grip with your big toes on the mat. And then it's as if your two knees are trying to dial outwards. And your weight kind of roots into your heels. And your glutes start to fire up a little bit as you do so. Draw in your core. Keep your glutes squeezing and stand all the way up. Glutes squeezing at the top, palms pointing forward. And create a little length in the back of your neck and a little support from the front body as well. So your core is drawing in. Shoulder blades are squeezing. And breathe here. Feel the earth beneath you. Slowing your breath down and just starting to notice your internal rhythms and feelings and sensations. And also remembering that feelings are not facts. They're just the way our body is perceiving the information that's coming in around us, and the way our body, our chemicals in our body, everything naturally responds to that. So you get to choose to come back to this rooted shape. Wiggle your fingers. Lift up a little taller through the very crown of your head. Buns are squeezing, core is squeezing. And then breathe in and start to lift your arms up. Let your shoulder blades move so your shoulders lift up by your ears. And lift up through your very fingertips. Maybe your fingers are a little soft, but there's an awareness of the very tips of your fingers. And even though your core is squeezing, can you start to explore that full body breath, that 360 movement around your entire torso as you breathe? And then core squeezes, bend your knees. Big toes continue to grip the ground and your knees dial out. Chair pose. Here it is. Utkatasana. Draw in your lower abdomen so there's a little support for your pelvis and your spine. And sit a little deeper. Continue to breathe. Hands come together right at your heart, fingertips touching. And then come up onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Left foot stays rooted. Again, big toe is gripping on that left foot and your knee dials out. And then pick your right foot up. Your gaze is your focal point, your drishti, where you choose to put your attention to help stabilize you. And then slowly, as if you're moving through molasses, begin to tilt forward, bend your left knee and reach your right leg straight back. Core draws in. Bend your left knee even deeper. Land your right toes back behind you. Bend your right knee. Inhale. Arms lift up, shoulders reach up. Breathing here. Core draws in. Right butt is really squeezing to support your pelvis and lengthen your lower back and help stretch the hip flexors, the front of that right hip. Left knee is still dialing out, so you might need to re-engage all the above. Everything's a fluid, moving rhythm in your body. Full breath in, and then exhale. Open up, warrior two. Back foot, grip with your big toe, kind of push weight into the outer heel, and get your buns to fire. You can even poke them and check in and see if they are. Shoulders soften. Left knee bends deeply, and choose where you want your hands to be. Out to the sides, bent elbows, whatever. Core draws in, left knee still dialing out. Maybe it's speaking a little louder in the quads now. Breathe. And then roll up onto the tiptoes of that back foot. Lean over your front leg. Draw your core in. Grip that right outer hip. Hands come together at your heart. Bend deeply into your left knee. Draw your shoulder blades together. Breathe. And then both hands come down to the ground. Pick your left foot up, hug it in close. Inhale, left leg reaches all the way up and back. Hands push the ground away from you. Exhale, left knee into your chest. Move it over towards your right elbow. Cross that foot all the way underneath you, way off to the right side, off of your mat. Right hand lifts up. Core squeezes, legs get active. You can root your right foot or you can be up on the tiptoes. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then right hand comes back down. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Full breath here. And then inhale, look forwards. Exhale, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, soften them, forward fold. Head and neck waterfall down. Maybe you wiggle your head a little bit. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms lift up. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Sama Stitihi. I can breathe. Inhale, arms lift back up. Exhale, bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Big toes grip, knees style out. And it's as if your knees are pulling forward, yet your hips are pulling back. Heart comes up with the squeeze of your abdomen, helping you lift up. Maybe your hands lift a little higher, or you keep them together at your heart. Best pose ever. Left toes come up onto the tiptoes of your left foot. Right big toe is gripping, knee is dialing out. And then lift your left foot up. Bend deeply into your right knee. Reach that left foot way back. Hover here, core squeezes. Right outer hip is squeezing with that big toe gripping the ground and knee dialing outwards. And then reach your left foot way back to lower it down. Left knee bends. Arms lift up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Full body breath. Experiencing your rhythms. Left knee's deeply bent, core squeezes. Left outer hip is squeezing your left glutes. And even in an active shape, being in the stillness, trusting the stillness, and just taking that space to invite in more oxygen to your body. And then with awareness of your whole core, the way your front abs, your side abs, the way they all work, slowly open up into warrior two. Left heel settling down. Choose where you'd like your arms to be. Maybe you even hang on to your elbows. Bend your right knee. Use your breath to support you and to help your drishti, your focus. Right big toe grips, knee dials out. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then roll back up onto the tiptoes of that back foot, Hands come together at your heart. Squeeze your core in to support low back. Shoulder blades draw together. Bend your right knee. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. Pick your right foot up, hug it in close. Inhale, up and back with the right leg, three-legged down dog. Exhale, knee into chest. Cross it over towards the left arm. And then reach your leg way off to the left side. You can lower your left heel down as you bring your left arm up to the sky, fallen triangle. Both legs get powerful. And then left hand back down. Slowly lift up, step back, down dog. Breathe here. Rooting down each of your knuckles so that the weight can push more towards the front part of your hands instead of just dumping into the wrists. Maybe make your down dog a little bit longer than normal. Lift your heels up. Push your heels down. Heels up. Heels down. Inhale, look forwards. Step your feet in a little if you'd like. And then you're welcome to walk forwards. If you want to have a little fun, when you hop forwards, do a donkey kick. So it's like you're trying to kick your buns with both heels. And hop forward. Doesn't have to be anything special. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders draw away from the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Lift your arms up. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Noticing that place, your heart, your pulse, but that place that can't work if it only pumps things out, if it only pumps the blood out, it also has to receive that flow, that rhythm, the blood right back in. Same as you. Less doing, a little more receiving, a little more resting. Feel the earth beneath your feet, shoulders draw back. And then chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift up onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Core squeezes. And just kidding, left foot, do left foot. And then lift your left foot up off the ground. Stand all the way up this time, gripping with your right glutes, hands and shoulders. Lift up high. And then as you exhale, your hip starts to rotate out a little bit as your hands come down. Right knee bends. And your left foot takes a huge step off to the right side. And it's up almost in line with your other foot. Maybe it's back a little. Left hand, stay up on your fingertips, thumbs pulling in towards your fingers, fingers pulling in towards your thumbs, and then lift your right arm up. Settle your left hand down to the ground. Lift your right foot up and come into side plank, stacking your right foot on the left or perhaps in front of for a little more support. And then right hand comes back down to the ground, squeeze your core, make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Maybe you donkey kick your butt. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, rise up. Arms lift up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Samastitihi, or Tadasana, mountain pose. Bend both knees, chair pose. Knees forward, hips back, core squeezes, bun squeeze, and you can help make that happen by the big toes gripping and your knees dialing out. Shoulder blades draw together. Lift up onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Lift your right foot up. Core squeezes, left leg stays exactly as it was. And then slowly come up to stand. Left butt squeezes at the top. Shoulders draw back. Get tall from that left heel to the very top of your head. And then your right knee starts to circle out as you bend your left knee and bring your hands to the ground. And your right leg takes a big swooping step off to the left. And then left arm lifts up. Keep pushing weight into your left heel here. Squeeze your core. Really stabilize through your core. And then lift your left foot up and side plank. Core squeezes, right side body squeezes. And then left hand comes back down to your yoga mat. Remember, we're exploring. Step back. Move slowly. And downward facing dog. Meet your mat again. Notice your fingertips and your toes. If you're desperate for a vinyasa, go for it. Go slow and breathe. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top. Breathe in, halfway lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Lift your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Weaving it all together. Bend both your knees, chair pose. Left toes, lift up off the mat. Go slow. Full breath in. Hands sweep back as you step your left foot back. Low lunge, bend your knee. Both hands lift up, maybe a medium lunge. Left knee is really bent, right big toe grips, knee dials out, core squeezes. And then use your exhale and move your arms, however, to open up into warrior two. Noticing the way your arms and your shoulders and your hands all work together. And then come back up onto the tiptoes of that back foot Hands come together at your heart. Lift your left foot up. Core squeezes in. Slowly step your left foot off to the right. Pause here, or you can bring your hands down already. Maybe you inch your left foot out a little further. Get that right butt to fire, and then left hand down. Right arm lifts up. Stretch for the outer right hip. Push some weight into your right heel. Squeeze your core, go slower. You might wobble a little bit in this, and that's kind of fun too. Lift your right foot up, side plank. Squeeze your left side and your buns, hips push forward. And then exhale, right hand down. Tiptoe slowly back to down dog. Maybe it happens a little quicker. Every time you remember that attention to presence, just come back to it. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then look forward and make your way all the way to the top. Breathe in, halfway lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, arms lift up, bun squeeze at the top. Exhale, chair pose. Right foot lifts up. Slowly start to stretch that right leg back as you sweep the arms back. Left big toe grips, knee dials out. Land your toes. Bend your back knee, lift your arms up. Squeeze your right butt, squeeze your core. And then with your exhale, use your right butt and your core to help you open up. Warrior two. Full breath in. Left knee still dialing out, not caving in. And then come back up onto your back foot, tiptoes, hands together at your heart. Bend your front knee, squeeze your core in, lift your right foot up. Shoulders draw away from the ground. And then slowly sweep your right foot all the way off to the left without letting that left knee cave in while you move. Shoulders squeeze, chest lifts, big toe grips. And then right hand down to the ground. Left arm lifts up. Maybe your right fingers point a little more out to the right. Up to you. Step your left foot into side plank. And feet can stack or be one in front of the other, whatever works. And then left hand down. Slowly feel the way your body moves. Step back. Down dog. Full breath in. And exhale, bend your knees. Come down into child's pose. Forehead comes to the ground. Take a breath here. And let it all the way out. Another big breath in. And let it all the way out. And then lift back up onto your knees. Tabletop position. And just take your left hand and weave it underneath the right. Set your head and your shoulder down. You're welcome to lift the right arm up. Reach it forward. Wrap it around you. Whatever feels good. And then right hand back on the ground by your face. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Exhale, hand down. Right arm weaves underneath the left so your head and your shoulder can set down. And again, explore that left arm. Where would you like it to be? Reaching up, forward, wrapped around you. What if we just stop trying so hard and just rest and explore? Allow things the time to germinate so that they can actually grow. Trusting that beneath the surface, things are happening. Things are changing and moving. Even if we're doing less. From here, reach your right arm back up to the sky. And then make your way over onto your back, supine, for savasana. You can do this with your knees bent or your legs straight. You can do this with hands on your abdomen or your heart if you're needing a little more coziness. Practicing less doing and more being. Feeling your rhythms slow down as you let the earth support you. Forehead and shoulders and jaw all soften. Knowing that all we need to know or to explore knowing is just the fullness that's already here, that's always here, that's always within. Let your breath be whatever it is. And just be.